Okay, let's see if I can be heard now. Welcome everybody to the 144K March 20th, 2026 Equinox Mass Meditation. And as always, we begin with the usual sound checks on all platforms. Welcome both old and new, veterans and new recruits. This is the special operation that I mentioned in the newsletter and radio show. When was it? Monday or Tuesday I had that Ground Crew Command episode. That was long overdue. I'll be doing a lot more regularly. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically get right into it. It's going to be a slightly different start today. We're going to use old Star Wars terminology. We're going to start using the Force a little early by getting into a meditative state now. We're effectively or essentially going to begin the mass meditation now, and the rest will come. The new action that we're going to take will come once we're up safely and properly connected with the teams. And that connection and that strict protocol we use to properly connect is critical for communication with the non-physical, because especially if you're new, it's important to be aware that if you really want to show or communicate with the non-physical effectively, you have to get into a place where you're very still and present with them, where you can see them or feel them. Doesn't have to be 100% perfect at all. As always, faint images will do, but you really have to be present with them and see and feel them while showing them things, memories, and energies, emotions to a degree, images, showing them things whilst being very present with them. And that way your communication can get through the noise within your auric field and they can receive it. And that's how you communicate. You can involve verbals to a degree. It's a good idea to combine both. So that's a critical protocol, a psychic skill, I guess. If you really want to show them what you want to show them, and then to work through your field into this world to action it, to alter, clear, remove blocks, alter the matrix, etc. And that's why we take the time that we take, because that's the way it goes. We're blurting it out verbally and almost forgetting about them and just focusing on yourself only and your needs. I mean, it can work, but generally doesn't. You really have to be present with them. So let's start using the Force now and effectively begin the mass meditation now by bringing yourself into stillness and detachment, and begin that sequential process of coming more and more into the now. And as always, breathe deeply and slowly through your nose. only. Unless your sinuses are blocked. And if you're new, welcome. You are well advised to really stretch and open your current level of consciousness, your mental paradigm, beyond the boundaries of the known, as that's where the treasures lie, the breakthroughs lie. Very important as we all begin to harmonize our energies now and begin that sacred process of moving deeper and deeper into the now. Breathing in deeply and slowly through your nose. As we continue to do this together, we will go up to overseers of the multiverses very shortly. Just relax. We have to get into state. As you breathe deeply and slowly through your nose, now I'll often be going silent throughout this critical mass intervention. And it's not just to occasionally blow my nose, it's to allow you to go through a process, your own natural process of deepness into the now, as the now, the place of complete detachment, is your portal to your higher self, your soul's channeling for mission fulfillment. Which at this point is to free the planet. As you continue to deeply and slowly breathe in through your nose, nice and slow. as the right now moment begins to arrive, knowing, experiencing joy in knowing that you're going to make a massive difference to this world, to expedite freedom through truth, actualized down to the physical surface level. That's where we need to get the light in and remove all interferences, often from unexpected places. As you continue to breathe in deeply and slowly through your nose. And if you consciously work with any guides, you can go ahead and call them in now and be totally relaxed, as you are not alone at all. While I go into silence for a few minutes to allow this sacred process for you as a collective, to allow this process to unfold in the right way. Okay, let's get the show on the road. See yourself in a gigantic, kind of dark toned but silver, very translucent crystal ball. You're standing on the inside of the equator, facing inward towards the center, and you see all the golden light bodies of all your 144K brothers and sisters standing all around the inside of the equator, facing inward, evenly spaced, forming a nice, same old dotted golden ring that's going to act as a kind of magnifying glass for insane amounts, concentrations, and levels of light. Enjoy looking at all of them. And for all you goddesses that have a personal connection with Goddess Gaia, start connecting with her. Enjoy the view. All right, let's call in Gaia. You can follow along with me if you like, if you don't have your own connection with Gaia. Authentic Gaia, we call upon the one true authentic goddess Gaia. Please be here with us. Now see Gaia in the center of the crystal ball and us 144K, the dotted golden ring, and adore and admire the white clouds over the blue oceans, and perhaps your continent facing you, the beautiful white polar ice caps, and just connect with her for a moment. Adore and admire and cherish her for a moment. This is important because it tends to activate heart energy. Remember to breathe in deeply and slowly through your nose and detach. Go into that alpha or upper theta brainwave state by breathing deeply and slowly, totally in the now, completely forgetting about this fake, illusory, external matrix. Okay, now we start to, you look at the background behind Gaia, and you start noticing us moving up through the layers of this universe. And you see those white layers, kind of like floor levels in the background through the translucent walls of the crystal ball, move from top to the bottom of the crystal ball. And then we go super fast, and that familiar, comforting flickering of light, soft flashing of light through the translucent walls of the crystal ball begins to relax you, having that comforting therapeutic effect as we race up the false overlays, membranes, layers of this universe, not just densities, at super fast speeds, while you look at Gaia and that flickering of light in the background, enjoying the ride, letting go. As always, engage in order to be able to do anything, pretty much. Engage the right hemisphere of your brain to literally materialize this, making it real, because you can. This is a perfectly natural ability. Whether you think you can or think you can't, either way, you're right. As we race up through the layers of this universe, adoring, admiring, Goddess Gaia in the middle, glance over to your far left and far right, seeing the golden light bodies of your next view, 144K. Beloved comrades, we're in this together. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, the soft flickering of light stops. And that brightness, as we reach and move through that last thick outer boundary of this universe, appears, I guess. It's very bright. You can barely see Gaia in the middle. And then all of a sudden, the brightness disappears, and you see a big ball of light that is the universe that we just left quickly shrink into a small ball of light, and we rise above a whole ocean of balls of light that are all the other neighboring universes in this portion of the multiverse. And that all shrinks into another small ball of light, and we rise above a whole ocean of other small balls of light that are all the other multiverses. And that all shrinks into nothingness as we continue to rise. Glance at Gaia, glance at your guides if you have them. While I run through the standard protocols. Authentic heart, we call upon the one true authentic light beings the heart. Please make sure we go to you when no one else. True, real, managers and overseers of multiverses. In direct command of Source. And you look up and you see a point of white light through the roof of the crystal ball, and it slowly begins to get bigger and bigger and brighter as we continue to approach it. And now the whole roof of the crystal ball is lit up, still approaching it. And we finally reach it. As it gets really bright above, we come to a sudden yet somehow gentle stop. And we slowly and gently move through this platform of light. As it surrounds and envelops, nice and gently, this crystal ball. And we rise above as it begins to close at the bottom. Opens up at the top. And we sort of shrinks beneath us kind of thing. The whiteness of the platform. And we nestle on top of this platform of light. You could call it a command and control center. And we form a straight line behind and above Gaia, a door, the beautiful northern polar ice cap. And now the crystal ball begins to slowly, evenly peel from the top center all the way down. And pay attention as at least half of you begin to already feel this almost rush of subtle light and energy with that unique energy signature Crystal ball peels nice and slowly and gently to allow for a gentle decompression, because this is super high frequency. And remember, another trick to easily steam, again, it's totally fine if the images are faint or brief, is simply don't try. See it before you even get a chance to think. It's all instantaneous. That way the left hemisphere brain doesn't have a chance to get in the way, to try to focus and get it right, unquote. Because believe it or not, what you want with this way of working with energy, with the 144K, is heard and honored when done this particular way. Working with energy is our moral, not just soul obligation. And always just try, with the limitless attitude of a child, to really bypass the left hemisphere rigidity. Such a powerful thing. You can do it in spite of the past, because the now does not care about the past. It's fundamentally irrelevant. And now establish instantaneously and feel this unique energy signature of these overseas and multiverses. Glorious. And little known, thankfully, emissaries of Source, the goddess. They're a really effective police force of sorts, and they can rip through anything in no time flat, no matter how dense and dark it is. But it's important to establish your own connection with them. If overseers of multiverses doesn't quite do it for you, you can call them the HOD, H-O-D. What? Even if you can only see portions of them at a time, totally fine. As always, five of them, with essential sun of Source sort of in the middle of them, very translucent, very soft and subtle, and because they're the density. And the feeling can only come as often not only comes as a subtle pulse in the center of your head when you catch that glimpse. So have a little bit of background attention on your thalamus area. Wait for that subtle pulse of a unique energy. Unless, of course, you're a sensitive, in which case you will just have to hold on to your chair and enjoy the blissful light. And whilst connecting, we unify even further and we go deeper into the now. Which is intrinsically a higher density, higher frequency. Big deal. Going deeper and deeper into the now. And as always, one good way of doing that is by forgetting about everything and just being here, looking at them. Authentic Hod, can you please send us a massive wave of your energy so we can surely feel you to an undeniable, unmistakable physical level? Remember to breathe deeply and slowly through your nose and completely forget about linear time, as that is literally a trap of your or for your consciousness. So release yourself from this trap by forgetting about linear time. Higher levels of spirit is always quieter and softer the more powerful they are. Okay, nice. Authentic Hod, can you please send us a massive wave of your energy to our hearts? Engage the heart. And now have some background consciousness on your heart or solar plexus sternum area for some of us while you look at them and receive. This alone cleanses your auric field. Really start to settle in and move into the heart. Fundamental. Nice. All right. All right, interesting. Okay. Now you can glance at Gaia and your guides, perhaps, or just enjoy this spectacle. I'll spend 30 seconds calling in the rest of the teams quickly to wrap up the protocols. I call upon the infinite army of the authentic auric technicians, the amalgam of the authentic Oberon lineage. I call upon elders of the amalgam. I call upon the team of beings that created this universe and the unique phenomena known as physicality as the ultimate grand plan of corralling all dark throughout all that is back to the light, known in this model as Oberon, presenting themselves as one man. See him as a golden being of light on the other side, just on the other side of Gaia, wherever it suits you. Repeat after me, everybody. I call upon all of my upper density levels, higher self. See him or her next to Oberon on the other side of Gaia. Connect. This is a full-blown, simultaneous, multi-dimensional action. It's all got to be hooked up, connected. All right, repeat after me. I call upon the entirety of my true soul. And see what looks like a bright star just up above the HUD. Repeat after me. I call upon my authentic oversoul. And see a bigger ball of light, perhaps in a different color to differentiate, emerge from behind your soul. Connect. Repeat after me. I call upon my authentic I am presence. Starting to feel my crown chakra. See a bigger ball of light emerge from behind and around your oversoul. Connect. Through the ever-present infinite now. Repeat after me. Authentic I am and HOD. Higher self. There is Gaia. And you show them Gaia. Take us to the space and place of omnipresence. And everything goes bright white. You can barely see Gaia, or the next 144K member over to your left and right. It's very bright. You have to squint your eyes. See the brightness, and we are there. And the brightness disappears. Everything looks the same. Okay. So now everything's done from omnipresence. Omnipresence kind of like default. Things are already appearing around Gaia. Let's just do some preliminary cleanup. As clearly the energies are up and have been up for a few days at least. Most of you know that. Alrighty. Now let's just spend a minute. Most of you will have what I call a predominant thing, issue, block, problem, whatever. Ultimately, it's all just a symptom. Let's just spend a minute. And obviously, we're doing this on behalf of the collective because the teams need something to trace back through. So on behalf of the collective, show through a kind of like a combination of showing the experience, not fully reliving it per se, but just showing them while you're looking at them and being present with them. Again, you don't have to see them perfectly as you show them whatever energy, experience, memory, incident, perhaps. That's a typical example of whatever said challenge is. And you can show them something global in the external. This is fundamental, true energy work. That you can apply and use for your own self-healing. Same process. And you can verbally say, authentic HOD, authentic Oberon, authentic I am presence. See this, feel this. because they want to do this. They were 1,000% committed to what we're doing, to you, and to soul mission. As always, at the very least, make sure you hold them somewhere in the background of your consciousness as you're showing them things. You can begin to verbalize it if that helps. Remember to breathe in deeply and slowly. As important as this is, to channel the light into the collective here, to shift everything. Play around, let go, don't try. As we do this real secret source part to profound collective energy work known as mass meditation. Okay. Okay, nice. Alrighty, now so we're going to do a particular process, relatively easy, but follow the protocol of do, don't think. That's just the way psychic work works. It's already there, even as you set the intent. Engage the right hemisphere of your brain. This is what it's here for. Scientifically speaking, by using its operating system and therefore bypassing the rigid left hemisphere brain through its operating system. This matrix has hidden by calling it imagination. There's no such thing. There is just forms of consciousness. And this is a higher form of consciousness. And that's the way that goes. Truth is truth. But that's what sets you free. Okay, they've, through some ritual probably, they've put a upside down pentagram throughout Gaia. Not a biggie. It's nothing new. Let's just clear that. Alrighty. As the equinox maximum begins to peak, and remember, do, don't think. Really let go, really play with the same mindset of a child. Incredibly, so powerful. I'm being fundamental here. Alrighty. Now, note the scenery. Note Gaia in a quarantine sphere. As always, turn her into whatever holographic monotone color that suits you, that represents to you omnipresence, all densities and aspects, planes, including subspace, outside of time, in between spaces, down to the quantum and subquantum level, etc. It represents the lot. See the teams in the background, sort of broaden your view just casually. Okay, bear with me for 1 minute. Be in that deep, almost hypnotic state. As something has come up and it is interesting. to really get to the root of the problem that's frustrating. Planetary liberation down to the surface level. In the meantime, be in that deep meditative state. Enjoy the view. Really helps you stay connected. I'll only be about 30 seconds or so. Continue to breathe deeply and slowly through your nose. Glance at Gaia, glance at your guides, glance at the HOD, etc. Enjoy the spectacle. Okay, good. All right, so this will be something new, different, and cool. All righty. So we're sort of everywhere at once. We're up here and also down here on the surface. Your natural, innate, multidimensional nature. All right, now look at, again, the minimum. If you can't see everyone, look up at your I am, oversoul soul. Really feel them. Really feel their support and guidance. But also perspective. Look at them, literally. See the HOD, a little below. Let's see Gaia. Alrighty. All right, now repeat after me. Oh, wow, okay. 5 ones down to the second.
authentic legion of light, higher self, soul over soul I am, authentic heart, authentic Oberon, and guides. Show the opposite charged particle within me the exact 180-degree opposite phased reversal now. See yourself from the golden light body to all of a sudden your physical body appears there, all the way up here. And just without an ounce of trying, it's instantaneous. Let go. Limitless attitude of a child. You don't have to see things perfectly in the slightest. Sort of zoom in into your body, through your clothing, and deep into your tissue, nerves, blood. You can almost see kind of like those, those medical type pictures online kind of thing. Zoom into a cell. This is where you start to see spheres for the most part. Move into whether it's a blood cell, red blood cell, whether it's a nerve cell, whatever, into your physical self, or just be the witness. You can see it all holographically if you want to. And zoom into the particle level. This is where you start to see it can all be instantaneous, or just honor the intent and see like a dark background all of a sudden, and you're seeing particles, atoms floating about. Again, don't have to see it perfectly or vividly at all. Pick your background color and take advantage of the fact that when projecting consciousness from this physical plane of this surface to change the world, abstract representation always seems to work just as well. And that's a unique, powerful thing that one can do from the physical plane of this planet, which again is a whole other story. Now see an atom. Again, you can see it in an abstract way. We'll send those models of atoms. All right. Move into that nucleus cluster. Collection of spheres. Move into all sort of cobbled together. Move into, and now you can really see it holographically. Hold the presence. You can actually see the teams, the HOD, perhaps individually instead of all together. Your IM, you can see them in the background. It's all holographic. Now move into one of the subatomic particles. So you're just entering holographic spheres, basically, because we're mostly dealing with empty space. Most of you know that. And see, within the subatomic particle, another little cluster of quantum particles. Stand before one of them, just a tiny little concentrated collection of spheres. And you can make out the toroidal shapes. Repeat after me. Authentify yourself. Authentic I am, authentic HOD, authentic Oberon. And now look at this single quantum particle. Forget about the rest, just look at one and see some space around it. You can pick your background colors. Whether it's indigo, blue, magenta, violet, whatever, or just a dark tone. And repeat after me. Authentic higher self. I am Oberon and HOD. Authentic source. Show the opposite charged particle the exact 180-degree opposite phased reversal. Now see this mostly empty holographic sphere, which is the subquantum particle. Next to it, see the opposite, its opposite. Appear. And see the toroidal aspect, the toroidal sphere of this opposite quantum particle, the exact 180-degree oppositely charged particle. And see the central column, if you will, which is essentially a wormhole or vortex, just like our own toroidal sphere, because everything has a toroidal sphere. And now put that in a quarantine sphere. It can all be done instantaneously. And And now look at the HOD, I am, guide. Repeat after me. Take me to the universe that's the balance of this universe. So kind of like the exact opposite, in a sense. Now, in whatever way works for you as far as vision is concerned, as always, faint images work just as well. See white light of the teams, namely your I am and the HOD, because they are so almighty. See white light. This is where you may want to sort of darken the background colors of this direct oppositely charged particle. See white light enter through one end of the toroidal of the vortex or column, or that runs through the middle of every toroidal sphere. You can zoom in a bit. White light entering ahead of us. Themes in the background have that occasional glimpse or glance. More will be revealed in a moment. Let go and trust. And now hover over this entrance. And see the white light moving in ahead of us. And now moving into this vortex, essentially. Again, size doesn't matter in a sense when working with energy. And move through. It's like you're entering an entrance. You can see white light moving past you, ahead of you. Don't have to see it perfectly at all. At all. And see this passageway. It starts to turn magenta, but you still see, as you move through it, streams of white light moving past you and ahead of you into towards the end of this wormhole, if you will. All that is with you, with us. You can trust in that. All right. Now move in and through. You reach at the end of this vortex or wormhole going through the toroidal sphere. you see just whiteness, a bright whiteness. That's the entry and exit point within this vortex or toroidal sphere of this oppositely charged quantum particle. Move through it. Move into it, and it all goes bright white. And repeat after me as it's now bright. You just can't see anything. And repeat after me. Authentic Legion of Light and Higher Self. I am an Hod. Take me to the universe. That's the balance of this universe. The direct opposite of this universe. Take me to my duplicate self in this opposite balance universe that I am still quantumly entangled with. And now the brightness sort of disappears. And you come through another wormhole, I guess. But you see white light racing ahead, lighting up what looks like a dark wormhole. White, magenta, gold, racing ahead, lighting it, the pathway up. And it all goes sort of magenta and gold. You know, it's like you're in a cave or whatever works for you, and it all lights up. Into this beautiful magenta, golden, and white colors. And you move through. And you see other quantum particles of your quantumly entangled self. But you see the white light and feel the teams. Again, your I am and HOD at a minimum. That's enough. You see all these, spheres, holographic, toroidal, partially toroidal spheres of the quantum particles of this direct opposite or balance of this universe in your duplicate self in this universe. And you see quantum particles light up from darkish grey colour. As always, faint images will do. It's all being lit up into gold and magenta and beautiful blues, indigos. Now, kind of zoom out. Feel source, the love of source within you. HOD and I am, somewhere in the background of your consciousness or vision, if that works for you. Trust, be the witness, be the adventurer. See all this lighting up of goddessy colors, gold, magenta, indigo predominantly. violets, stunning violets. And now zoom up. And remember, this is real with a capital R, because consciousness is king, like it or not. And zoom out, and you start to see quantum particles light up, light spreading. Again, brief, faint images work just as well. Don't worry. Truly let go. Truly be that child where there's no limits. This is so, so powerful. Like you're taking a walk in the park. Let go, step aside. Let your soul over soul I am. And source kind of take over by you letting go. Just throw caution to the wind and see this white light. Well, got to see magenta, gold, light codes, gold filaments, membranes, and magenta and violets just spread out. And zoom out, and you start to see the big sphere of the subatomic particle. See that? God, as your color light up. Nice. And see that spread to, actually kind of far apart, the neighboring subatomic particles. All, they're all connected, quantumly entangled. See them all light up and move out, where you see the nucleus of an atom. See it all light up. Teams in the background. Vision. Enjoy the show. Pretend you're just taking a walk in the park or doing something enjoyable. Same sort of frequency and mindset. Have a sense of adventure. You may see the occasional flashes of bright white light. Teams in the background. Alrighty. Now zoom out. And that all shrinks. And it's sort of like the whole nucleus of the atom shrinks. And just keep on zooming out, where you start to whiz past. It's like you're whizzing past Neptune or Pluto. It's so far away from the sun representing the protons and neutrons in the heart of an atom. And see the electrons lighting up in this direct opposite universe that we're quantumly entangled with. And see, it's as if there's those bomb explosions or nuclear bomb explosions where there's this constant expanding holographic sort of sphere of light, but in waves, and it's all sort of holographic. See the electrons as you whiz past them, as you're moving out. Again, it's as if you're zooming out and away of the solar system, is one analogy that might work for you. See the holographic toroidal spheres of the occasional electron just light up. Initially white, and then violets and magentas and gold. But at the same time, there's waves in the form of very holographic golden membrane type spheres that are just coming out in waves, is the best way I can verbalize it. Coming out, starting from that nucleus of the atom, outward through what is essentially subspace or subquantum level space or in between spaces and touching and reaching the electrons. Say to the teams, repeat the same process through subspace. All right, zoom out, see the whole atom as one toroidal sphere. Spread it out. Again, the same old expanding golden spheres or golden holographic membrane with predominantly magenta within that. Expanding golden membrane spheres, very holographic, and zoom it out and zoom it out. You'll see the occasional bright flash. You can see all sorts of, holographic toroidal spheres of all the neighboring atoms light up, including the spaces light up into gold, and in between the spaces, violets and magentas. Zoom out. Now you see a whole cell, which is just another toroidal sphere. Could be a red blood cell. So it's almost like Russian dolls, spheres within spheres, because essentially that's what everything is at a certain level. Zoom out, expand it out. That magenta, white, light with that very holographic golden membrane. Spread it out. And now as if you're zooming out and come out of your duplicate self in this opposite balance universe and see what image you get. And again, the image is there even as you set the intent, even before you get a chance to finish the intent. Let your quote unquote, I'm not even going to use the word imagination anymore. I'm going to say, let your consciousness run wild. There you go. And whatever it is that you see is what you see. I'm not going to get in the way of that. And see the white light has started to spread throughout that cell. So we're heading into soul fragment retrieval territory here, which is fundamental and central in self-healing. And see the white light just spread, magentas start to spread, and see that duplicate self. Don't worry about getting it right. Again, some of the time, it's a representative sort of abstract image. Just pick something if you haven't seen anything yet. And I'll explain the rest after this is done. I don't want to get in the way of what you see. And the good news is only one of us has to get this right. and see the light, white light, starting to spread throughout your body, and quickly turning white. And now you see got the light body. And now see the toroidal of that duplicate self. Just imagine if you can see it. And see the white light spread through that. Again, you can make things holographic, dark indigo background, even though you're dealing with a physical plane of this opposite universe. It's not an alternate and parallel universe per se, it's something different. And see, spread the white light through that. So you see your now white light body or physical body that's now white, and spread it out throughout toroidal sphere. All right, let me keep this simple. Call upon your soul, look up. Even if you're indoors, look up. Call upon your soul of this universe. So look up at the white sky, or blue sky, or whatever sky. So the white light. And now raise this duplicate self in this particular direct opposite universe in the form of a light body, white light body. That's what it looks like. And raise it up. Classic soul fragment retrievals territory. Pardon me. Good sign there. And up we go. Don't have to get it perfect. Faint images work just as well. And if you're seeing a FEMA camp, you're around about right. And just say, soul, take me back. Raise it up at your own speed. Don't have to get it perfect at all. into the ball of light of your soul. Alrighty. You can do them more than once from different angles if you want. Play around with this. I'm just going to be silent for a couple of minutes. Now, as we begin to finish up, we're entering the last phase of this special operation. Sort of hover around this place, building, compound, or big interior. Sort of hover around. And If you see other people there, predominantly starseeds, and I'll get into that in a moment, turn them white. Turn them white. See this light spread. Raise them up. And now zoom out and above, for lack of a better term. See yourself or see others being, I'm going to say, electronically abused, some case physically abused, other starseeds in this place that is essentially hell. And turn it white. Turn everything white and sort of zoom out. We can see a landscape that won't necessarily be desolate. It could be just somewhere in the hinterland, grassland, even a forest or desert. And see over the horizon, the Hod. Individually, just two of them. You know, it's as if you're looking over the horizon in this world, in this universe. So your I am sort of in between two of them. Soul and oversoul. Again, faint images work just as well. All right, good. And that emanation or spreading of those spheres, the light of like the golden, very translucent membrane type spheres with magenta inside. See that started to sort of spread throughout the building, the landscape. Disentangling and transmuting at the same time. This direct opposite universe. You may see the occasional classic Terminator type stuff, like security guards that are literally either synthetic humans or cyborgs with natural looking skin suits, just like in Terminator. See them sort of disappearing, for lack of a better term, turning white and just disappearing. And this membrane, this golden holographic membrane with source magenta on the inside, just spreading and moving past where they were standing. And the grass, the trees, the air, all being transmuted and with this ever-expanding golden light language of source. With goddess magenta on the inside of this ever-expanding sphere. Just expanding. Expanding. What is essentially a prison. Past the fence. All the electronic surveillance expanding, dissolving. And now zoom out. We see this expanding sphere. And just keep on zooming out. You're going up and out into the atmosphere. You can barely see that expanding sphere. Golden sphere with magenta on the inside. And you're high up. And now see, well, repeat after me, I should say, authentic I am presence. Authentic HOD. Authentic source. Authentic Oberon. Guides. Retrieve all soul fragments from this direct opposite universe, beginning with this direct opposite Earth, and end all quantum entanglement. Now see the blackness. Just see blackness of all the non-physical planes that are certainly not cleared. Turn white. So basically see Gaia as a sphere. Turn it white, from black to white, representing the blackness representing all the non-physical planes. Again, you pick your background colors. You can see them from outer space. You can see Gaia in a quarantine sphere, whatever. And see movement to white. See the teams in the background. See movement to white, like as if they're spheres, but moving inwards, collapsing inwards through Gaia. Cleansing, purifying, and the teams, let the teams do this. And your I am, cleansing and purifying all the planes. Hold some relaxed focus on the etheric plane. Cleared. All entities cleared. Astral plane. Cleared. See it turn into a magenta. Plasma plane. Mental plane. Emotional plane. Causal plane. Cleared, 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 cleared. All right. And now we're just going to focus on the not all non-physical planes, including subspace, in between spaces outside of time, the usual, down to 0 point, but non-physical planes. expand out that multidimensional, multiplane, golden, that magenta sphere of source from this universe with the golden light language translucent membrane, expand it. See it appear in the purifying whiteness, because we've got even more power here. This is such a faraway projection, despite the quantum entanglement. Non-physical planes, all of them, hold your consciousness on all non-physical planes, including outside of time, in between spaces down to 0 point, causal plane, everything. And expand that golden sphere in amongst the white. See it emerge out of the purifying white light throughout Gaia. And see it expand. This golden sphere. Oh yeah. Purifying and merging with the other golden magenta sphere of another 144K. Comrade with a capital C, like you wouldn't believe. Oh, wow, okay. Some sort of, I don't know, what's best described as a electric bolt just shot up from up above and below Gaia and sort of expanded, almost like electricity. It's weird. And it's turning indigo magenta all around outer space, outside of Gaia. I'll take it. But anyway, you might have seen something different or nothing at all. Doesn't matter. Stick with it. This is real freedom in the making. Alrighty. Now, so all these magenta golden spheres have merged and now into one, and now spread it throughout the rest of Gaia. Clearing all the non-physical, everything of a non-physical nature, which is 99.99% of reality, is cleared. Bringing in source with it and golden light language, which is that translucent golden membrane of this ever-expanding sphere. Okay, now hold that there to assimilate and integrate source and golden light language. Golden, authentic source-derived codes of reality in this place, this balanced universe. Just hold it there. But you see there's a whole, I don't know, it seems like an electrical chain reaction spreading outwards throughout this alternate solar system, I guess, for now. All right. Alrighty. More light beams, more source energy, more is coming out through the center or core of this golden and magenta sphere that we just brought in into this direct opposite universe. Reinforcement, more coming in. Hide in the background, I am at presence in the background. And now, repeat after me. Look at your I am and the hide at a minimum. Repeat after me. Take me back to the physical plane of this direct opposite, Earth. Zoom in into this golden sphere with magenta in it. Switch to physical plane. Zoom in to the land, whatever land. Be with that image. And see whatever it is that you see. It'll usually be something dystopic. See people, predominantly starseeds, because most of the world population is gone. See people in uniforms, like single colored overalls. It could be orange, it could be grey. Turn them white. Don't have to be perfect. And raise them up. And see all these soul fragments, white soul fragments raised up into the sky, into a big ball of light that is kind of like a central portal that then takes them to their souls. Just take them, raise them up into a big ball of light. Zoom out throughout, outside and above the whole continent, and see all these fragments of light. All these soul bodies, soul fragments, I should say. Raise. Spread. It's as if you're seeing sparkles of white light spreading outwards throughout a country, landscape, continent. Zoom out and see all these white light. From far away, it looks like specks of white light, streams of white light coming out of the planet or most of the continents. Again, the further away it is that you project your consciousness from, the more imperfect a vision you can get away with, for lack of a better term. Abstract, it still works. Enjoy this streaming of white light come up and out of the whole planet. Streaming upwards and sort of converging above the North Pole kind of thing, way up above into a single stream of light, for lack of a better term, going into a big ball of light way up above. We're just doing this for the rest of humanity. And see it complete that process. And let's return back to the image of physical Gaia, of this direct opposite Earth and universe. And so physical plane now, see the holographic golden sphere spread throughout where you originally were with that original soul fragment retrieval, and spread it. Again, you do not have to see it perfectly at all. Spread it. Faint images work. Dissolving the physical, this physical reality. Dissolving. Dissolving throughout the continent. Outwards we go, zoom out, spread it. And spread. So I'm going to, again, like those expanding nuclear bomb blasts, almost as one possible analogy you can run with. Spreading. And outwards we go. Across the Pacific. And zoop, going well into the, so all of Gaia's, well, this alternate direct opposite Gaia is dissolved. And spread it outwards throughout Love orbit, lunar orbit, spread it out. And hold the intent on doing this for the non-physical planes as well. Multi-dimensional action, multi-plane action. Look over. And now zoom out again and just keep on zooming out and see this expand. It's dissolved, reached and dissolved the moon. Dissolving, this is dissolution. You may see the occasional negative ET ship here and there. Dissolve. dissolving, clearing all grids, physical and non-physical. Restoring anything and everyone, healing, disentangling, and restoring back to source. Hold that intent. Physical and non-physical planes in between spaces, outside of time, omnipresence. And now just see this magenta sphere with that holographic, very translucent kind of golden membrane, rewriting the light, returning the light back to source as it's all being dissolved. And same sort of view where take that occasional glance at your I am directly opposite on the far side, and at least two of the HOD on either side. See that. And now spread throughout this direct opposite, the so-called equal opposite balance of this universe. See this opposite universe, direct opposite universe, where everything's reversed fundamentally. And now we're going to zoom out, and this expanding, purifying sphere of source and golden light language is sort of going to expand with you, for lack of a better term. So zoom out. Past Mars, you see Mars disappear into it. The sun. Asteroid belts. Zoom outwards, and this thing just expands. Past Jupiter, that disappears. Saturn disappears into the golden membrane with, well, predominantly magenta, with a very translucent golden membrane. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, physical and non-physical planes, in between spaces, the subquantum, subspace as well. Omnipresence. Think in terms of omnipresence, all aspects and levels of this direct opposite universe. Zoom out. See the whole zodiac, just, I don't know, stunning, albeit direct opposite and dark controlled. Constellations, outer space. Expand out the golden sphere, the translucent golden sphere with the magenta, predominantly magenta color. Outwards, look up at the Milky Way galaxy, and at one of those spiral arms, see it come out, dissolving, reclaiming, returning. And you see a black hole in the galactic central sun, the heart of this galaxy, instead of a galactic central sun that's just a white. And so everything's the opposite here. Outwards, outwards. Keep on expanding. Don't stop. Expand it out. Don't have to see it perfectly. Covering the whole opposite Milky Way galaxy. Outwards we go, reaching the Andromeda galaxy, and I'm sure you know the rest of it. Disappears. And now we span out, and you start to see galaxies just disappearing into it, dissolving and dissolving. Vast negative ET civilizations gone. home world, home planets, darkness controlled universe. Were they one? Being dissolved. And see, zoom out again. Many of you will recall the image of a big portion of this universe where it looks like neurons of a human brain, which is all those kind of like trails of galaxies kind of thing. Many of you know what I'm talking about. See that and the expanding golden sphere. Dissolving, 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 expanded out. And now you see the whole direct opposite of this universe as a, again, sort of holographic toroidal sphere. You don't have to see all the neuron-like patterns of all the galaxies. You don't have to. All physical, non-physical planes, including subspace, all densities of it, all that intent. And outwards it goes, reaching that cosmic central sun. Outwards and outwards, engulfing the whole universe. Spaces in the void in between the universes. And you see all the other universes, dark, already quantumly entangled, sort of responding, and they start lighting up even before that translucent golden membrane and magenta sphere even reaches them. Have fun, expanded, it's all getting cleared, literally dissolved. They need no dualistic opposite. That game has been fulfilled. And outwards, see the card in the background, loosely, casually. And just keep on zooming out where it is now just holographic toroidal spheres, indigo perhaps, just lighting up into white. That is all the neighboring universes. And the void being cleared by this ever-expanding source, singularity, and true, authentic, organic, original light language of source, which is the translucent holographic membrane. Zoom out and keep on zooming out, expanding. Okay, good sign. We're pretty much done here, folks. It's all good. It's as if you're moving back super fast with this golden translucent sphere. Again, sort of like sucking in universes in a positive sense of the word, of this direct opposite. And zoom out to where you see like the whole multiverse, and it just looks like a very white haze, not quite a sphere of light. It's sort of hazy because all the multiverses there, and see the ever expanding magenta sphere with the translucent golden membrane just emerge and sort of take it all over, for lack of a better term. And then that's all you see now. And then see that expand throughout the rest of the multiverses. The same process, except even quicker. And they all start turning white from a grey to a white. Ever expanding, and the sphere, golden magenta sphere, expanding. Don't stop. And what end up becoming white multiverses, not quite spheres, there's a little bit of haze to them, just being sucked into the gold and magenta. And this will be the last of it. Zoom out, zoom out. Teams, your IM in the background. The height of your IM at a minimum, that's enough. And don't stop zooming out. Imagine, I don't know if you've seen those movies where something happens and a portal or explosion or whatever, and everything gets sucked into it. Like these rapid sudden streams of whatevers, multiverses, realms, this side of the omniverse. Anything and everything. Worlds, membranes, AI reality constructs, fake universes, fake multiverses, fake omniverses, all appearing as whatever colored spheres, just streaming into this expanding. It's almost as if it's like a vacuum cleaner sucking it all in. Go for it. Play. Nightmares, whatever it is, throw it all in there. You know how they say at the end of this universal cycle, everything gets sucked into oneness before the Big Bang happens, kind of thing again? That is similar to that. AI, all thousands of AI, because there was always a lot more than just one. Matrices, garbage. Throw it all in there. So it's all these streams of stuff, realities, worlds, AI constructs, AIs themselves, streams of dark energy just being sucked in, like sort of like coming from behind you and past you and into this sphere. If that makes sense. And have a look up at your IM, way over on the other side. Look up at the HOD, source. Repeat after me. Complete this final dissolution, resolution. this direct opposite of source, and all souls and worlds within it, and return back to oneness. I'm seeing, I don't know if they're gravity wells or wormholes or plasma wormholes, but they kind of look like these streams of grey and white just going into this, back to singularity, back to source, this within this, again, translucent, the magenta sphere that is source with this translucent golden membrane around it. Everything's just getting sucked into it. Everything. AIs, all the way back to primordial creation, when source started creating. We're pretty much done, by the way. All right. Repeat after me. End all quantum entanglement with this direct polar opposite, Earth and universe and omniverse. Authentic HOD, authentic I am, authentic source. End it all now. All right. And now, all planes, subquantum level, subspace level, all being sucked in, back to singularity. And see all these streams and trails and lines all of a sudden stop, like it's finished, it's done, being sucked into this magenta sphere with a golden translucent membrane, and then see an explosion, bright flash of light, all you see is white. Bright white light. You have to squint your eyes. So bright, everything's dissolved. And now all you see, the brightness disappears. You can see a soft, subtle magenta, violet, indigo background. And in whatever form naturally comes to you, it's all Tinkerbell, fairyland, sprinkly white sparkles here and there in this indigo, magenta, violet realm. It's source, basically. Source is everywhere now. It's returned. There is no dark side of this universe or omniverse. Direct opposite. And you see a woman, a translucent, almost fairy-like woman. a blissful, blissed out looking one. Very innocent, extremely pure. And you realize that this is source. Extreme, overwhelming amounts of femininity. She might be golden, translucent looking. She thanks you for being the tip of the spear. As your consciousness sort of merges, she sort of waves one hand, and you see yourself coming out of a vortex, a blue, pink, white, magenta vortex, but coming backwards. You're moving backwards. The portal or hole that you just came out of sort of shrinks, coming backwards out through a wormhole, a toroidal field, like a tunnel. And you come out of a vortex. You come out of a holographic looking sphere. You zoom out past a whole bunch of other holographic toroidal spheres, that is the neighboring quantum particles. You come out of a large sphere, that is the subatomic particle, and you keep on zooming out past the nucleus of an atom, which is a collection of a bunch of holographic toroidal spheres, past the zoom, past that electron. And then you zoom out through the wall of a cell, and then out through, it all sort of shrinks, kind of you're zooming backward and outward really fast, and outwards you come through whatever clothing you're wearing now. And you see yourself standing there, back at the same place. Your 144K brethren, over to your far left and far right, all standing in a line of solidarity. Back to the same spot where we started. Turn and face the teams, predominantly the HOD, Oberon, the IM. Same old positionings. See Gaia there in the quarantine sphere. Look up at the teams, the HOD, the last little touch. Repeat after me. Authentic I am presence, higher self, guides, HOD, Oberon. Clear and upgrade all the grids. A lot more than just ley line grids. See Gaia in the quarantine sphere. See it go holographic, where all you see is all these lines, crisscrossing lines throughout predominantly the surface, not exclusively to the surface. See them turn white, bright, sparkling. Bring white light through the core of Gaia, while magenta and golden membrane, translucent membrane kind of sphere, the same old magenta sphere. Spread it outwards, throughout inner Earth, reaching the surface, bypassing the surface, out into the atmosphere, cleansing, 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 rewriting. And you see one sphere after the other just come out. It's all holographic. Zoom it out, increase the brightness, transmutation, purity. They can't exist in such a field. Anything dark, anomalous, can't exist in such a field. Hold that intent as you see constant emanation of these golden membrane holographic translucent spheres with magenta inside throughout throughout the entire spectrum of the physical plane and subspace, not the same as subquantum level, but subspace. So in between spaces and time, outside of time, that's subspace. Spreading it out, one after the other. Brighten it up, brighten it up. Goddessy colors and feelings and sensation, brighten it up. All right. And now move. You can either make it a white light or a wave of white light or magenta of white light. Removing all your energetic traces. One end of Gaia's, one end of the quarantine sphere. To the other. Thank the teams. Thank the HOD. Your I am oversoul soul. See more there. Thank you. Oberon, your guides. Thank you. Look over to your left and right. Thank the next 144K member. You can even shake hands. And return your consciousness back into your room. All right. Needless to say, it's always going to be a challenge to keep such a special operation under 2 hours. Yeah, well, all up, it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. But what was difficult was having to, at the same time as guiding you, also explaining a new concept. Trying to explain that at the same time as guiding. Not easy. So yeah, that is what it is. But as always, we do our best. And it's up to Source and the upper densities to have worked through our fields, through our consciousness, leading the charge to access this and transform it. You know, again, we have to be that access point from the physical plane here as our consciousness got applied in this way. And that's the fundamentals. That's the mechanics, the quantum mechanics. Consciousness is king, the way it goes. Someone has to again, you can do anything and everything with consciousness at the right time, in the right sequence of things. You really can do anything and everything when you know where to direct it, when you know where and how to apply it at the right time, in the right order of sequence, and it happens. No matter how vividly or totally non-vividly and faint it was for you, when it's the right time, applied the right way, boom, happens. And it took until, March 20th, 2026. Although Gene Teagoat said the other day, who knows what year it really is. But it took this particular now moment, at this point of the ascension process, because it's a process, to do this. It was time for it to do it. And as you can see, and for you veterans, not for the first time, that's for sure, the 144K really has blazed that trail into something that's never been done before. Because, again, being on the physical plane, applying our consciousness in this new way, it means you're the tip of the spear. Yes, you. So, arguably as profound as it gets, let it sink in. It's up to the light forces now to complete this process. It's up to all the upper densities and source to complete this process. Well, theoretically, it's been completed. And theoretically, and I'm just being conservative by saying this, it's probably literal, this will radically accelerate the quantum disentangling process on this physical plane of this universe, of this planet, obviously, because that tether, that quantum entanglement with that direct opposite universe is gone. And that's what inevitably and eventually got in the way of completing the disentangling process on this planet of this universe, on this physical plane surface. And it's and this opposite universe, and like Gene said, it's only recently been discovered. So I wouldn't go too far out of your way to try to look this up. Where they discovered scientifically, recent times, very recent times, like recent months, maybe. And this is through CERN, according to his words. They discovered the exact opposite charged particle in this direct opposite balanced universe from any given particle within this world, this universe. That's the exact 180-degree opposite phase reversal of this universe, particles, where there was a duplicate self in this opposite universe that was still quantumly entangled with you here in this universe. And then we wonder why, again, the no change, right? So this is not the same as alternate parallel timelines and universe within this side of things, this side of the omniverse, if you will. It's not the same as that. This is where every decision that you could have made, you did make at some alternate parallel universe, and you went in that direction, that kind of thing that we're familiar with. That's not it. This is something different and fundamental, scientifically proven and only discovered very recently. Pretty profound. Again, we have to adjust our level of consciousness to this level of consciousness, to this level of thinking, if you will. That's how we get free. Freedom is always beyond the boundary of the known. That's why all the usual sages and mystics and luminaries, speakers, that I say, you have to raise consciousness. It's just the only way out. So don't stop doing that, dear one. And well done for trusting in your soul, your higher self, and in me for that matter, and going on this journey. I really mean that. I'm sure you can feel that coming from my heart. And I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of all that is. And yeah, I really want your comments, your experience on this. Even if it is, I went to sleep halfway through it, or something that you would perceive as disappointing. It's okay, share it, whatever it is. I understand it is difficult to sort of go beyond reference points. Theoretically, all this could be done through just one person. And all I can say is well done. I want to hear from you. Preferably through the 144K Telegram chat. Anything worth mentioning, highlighting, a specific thing that you see or felt, or even how you feel now after it. This is a big deal. I really want to hear from you. Both the good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak. We've pushed the envelope for the light forces. It's what we're here for. As always, let's see what is now going to be like a 24-hour process to complete itself and settle itself as the energetic ripples continue to come through. This reality. See you on the 144K Telegram chat. And I know you can feel the love. Our togetherness, our unity. We're in this together. This is your loving servant and goddess worshipper. You're the online light warrior. Closing what has certainly proven to be, and not failed to be, the 144K Equinox extravaganza, just like I said in the emails. Let's get the conversation going, beloved ones. Talk to you soon.